Joseph Carter. Joseph Carter, also known as Joe Carter, was a judge from New York City who disappeared one evening in 1930. He had been vacationing with his wife in Maine when he got a mysterious phone call. He told his wife he had to go back to New York for business, but would be back in a few days. On the evening of August the 6th, he went to a restaurant with his mistress and some friends who watched him get into a taxi after dinner. What happened after that remains a mystery. However, he was not reported missing until September the 3rd, almost a month later. His mistress, a showgirl called Sally Lou Ritz, also disappeared that September. To this date, no one knows what has happened to Joe Carter and his mistress, Sally. Richard John Bingham. On the evening of November the 8th, 1974, Lady Veronica Lucan, wife of Richard VII Earl of Lucan, ran into a local pub covered in blood and screaming that her husband had tried to kill her. When the police went to the Lucan home, they found the children's nanny, Sandra Rivette, dead of head trauma in the basement and a blood-stained length of lead pipe. That night, several phone calls to friends were made by a very agitated Lord Lucan, who stated he had been at the house but had interrupted the real attacker. A few days later, Lord Lucan's Ford Corsair was discovered in New Haven. There were bloodstains in the car and a pipe matching the one found at the scene, but Lord Lucan was nowhere to be found. If Lord Lucan is still alive, he would be 82 years old. Bobby Dunbar. On August the 23rd of 1912, Leslie and Percy Dunbar came face to face with every parent's worst nightmare, when their 4-year-old son Bobby disappeared on a fishing trip near Swayze Lake in St. Landry Parish, Louisiana. 8 months later, Bobby was found in the custody of William Cantwell Walters. Walters was convicted of kidnapping and Dunbar was returned to his family. But the story just doesn't end there. A woman named Julia Anderson claimed that this was a case of mistaken identity and that Bobby Dunbar was actually her son, Charlie Bruce Anderson. For some reason, Anderson's claim was dismissed and Bobby Dunbar was returned to his parents. More than 90 years later, one of Bobby Dunbar's grandchildren decided to put an end to the mystery once and for all. A DNA test conducted on Bobby Dunbar Jr. and the son of Leslie and Percy Dunbar's other child, Alonzo, established there was no blood relation. The child, raised as Bobby Dunbar, wasn't actually Bobby Dunbar. It is now presumed that the real Bobby Dunbar either drowned in the swamp or was killed by an alligator. The true identity of the fake Bobby Dunbar remains a mystery. Percy Fawcett. Percy Fawcett was a British archaeologist and the inspiration for Indiana Jones. In 1925, Fawcett, his eldest son Jack, and Raleigh Rimmel set off deep into the Amazon to find a mythical lost city Fawcett named Zed. They never returned. They were last reported crossing the Upper Xingu River, a southeastern tributary of the Amazon. It is assumed that the trio were killed by natives. Wilder theories have Fawcett going mad and living out his days as a crazed chieftain of tribe of cannibals. In 1927, one of Fawcett's nameplates was found by locals, and in 1933 a compass of the type used by Fawcett was also found. Over 100 people have died in numerous expeditions to discover the fate of Fawcett and his companions. A set of bones, thought to be Fawcett's, were discovered in 1951. However, DNA testing proved that they were not. The ultimate fate of Fawcett, his son, and Rimmel will probably never be known. So that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Until the next video, goodbye.